Hello, my beautiful light brights. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Neon Noire. I'm a half Italian, half Canadian drag queen living in Belgium. And today we are playing my favorite game, FAB or DRAB, where we rate the looks of Drag Race Italia Season 3, Episode 8, and let you know if they are fab and fabulous or drab and awful. So without further ado, let's get into it. This week's runway theme is Death Drags You. That is right, they are giving us their best deadly drag-inspired looks. So let's see who's living and who's dead. First up, it's Lela Yarn, and Lela Yarn is coming in this dark blue and black outfit. When I first saw it, it reminded me of Starry Night by Van Gogh, but she said she's actually telling us a message, and she is the oil in the ocean, talking about ocean conservation and how oil is damaging our waters. First of all, I love a message, I love a concept, but I just didn't get it originally. The outfit itself, the dress itself, looks super chic, super beautiful. So for that, it's definitely a check. I just feel like all the other elements don't quite match. She said that she is giving you dark. I don't see the dark. I see the paint on her hands, but that's where it kind of ends. I wish that if she was talking about like this ocean dark oil, she would have maybe like oil splatters on her neck, oil splatters in her hair. And can we just talk about her hair? Her hair is dry. If you're talking about the ocean, it should be wet, luscious. This concept idea kind of reminds me of what Aquaria did several years ago, but as a mermaid. And I'm okay for you to repeat it and make it your own way. Everything's been done in the world. I just feel like she just didn't go far enough with this one. That is why for Lela Yarn, it's gonna have to be a drab from me. Next up, it's Silvana De Laaya, and Silvana De Laaya is coming in this Venus flytrap inspired look. She is giving you carnivorous plant. She said she is giving us Little Shop of Horrors. I actually have never seen Little Shop of Horrors, but I do know the reference because Danny Beard did this on Drag Race UK as well. Now, it is not as good as Danny Beard's, but boy oh boy is this such an improvement for Silvana. Silvana has always given us questionable runways, but this time she came with a theme. It's very camp, it's very over the top. Her makeup looks great and she looks young in it. All in all, this is a good week for Silvana. It's not a look I would do, but it is a look I appreciate when somebody goes full out, and that is why for Silvana De Laaya this week, I actually, for one time, am gonna give her a fab. Next up, it's Sipario, and Sipario is coming in this bullseye-inspired dress. She says it is giving very Schiaparelli. When she comes out, I'm not really loving it, you guys. It is kind of like a very basic black dress. Her headpiece looks very, very homemade. The only thing that is really saving this dress originally is her face, which looks really beautiful with this shiny sparkle thing. The one thing that I will say is that with Sipario, it is always theater, is always over the top, so she's definitely sticking with her aesthetic, and for that reason, I appreciate it. But what really made this outfit turn the corner for me, pun intended, was when she turns around, she reveals that she's got all these knives on her back and she's dripping in rhinestone blood. I was like, oh, that's what made me go from this is gonna be a drab to this might have to be a fab. I don't really like it from the front and I love it from the back. So it is like this yin and yang. Just because of the concept alone, I'm gonna have to give it a soft fab. Next up, it's Melissa Bianchini, and Melissa Bianchini is coming out in this outfit. She said that she's giving you Miss World pageant, but then the chandelier fell on her. Oh my! Honestly, I love it. It's giving me a little bit like Clue or Cluedo, wherever you are. Death in the dining room with the chandelier. She looks expensive. You can see all the burn marks in her. You can see the chandelier. It's almost giving you almost like if Belle from Beauty and the Beast had the chandelier drop on her because the Beast was after her. I think the beauty pageant aspect was like, whatever, don't care. But I love the campness of it. I love the fashion of it. I love the intricacy of it. If it was me, I would definitely have lost the beauty pageant aspect of it and made it more of like gone to the ball and the chandelier fell on me. But either way, that's like a small detail. Everything else is fab, 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 and that's why she gets a fab. Next up, it's Leiva. Leiva comes out in this black and white dress with this big, beautiful orange hair. Initially, she comes out and I see a little bit of blood on her neck and I'm like, what's the concept, y'all? Where's the death in this? She lifts her wig only to show you that a disco ball hit her in the face and she is dripping in blood. First of all, she looks gorgeous. But I will say, I don't think she went far enough with the concept. I love the idea of this disco ball hitting someone in the face and becoming like this weapon. But then I would have loved to see her like really all dripping in blood. And maybe even like the blood has rhinestones or stuff in it. She took this pretty costume and made it like horror. You kind of see a lot of this going on during Halloween time where pretty queens don't want to be messy. So it's like, I wish she would have done more. And this late into the competition, you kind of have to. And that is why for Leiva, it's gonna have to be a DRAB. Sorry, babes. Next up, it's Lena Galore. And Lena Galore comes out in this giant cape thing, which is giving us very sarcophagus. And you automatically know it's gonna be some reveal, but she is building the tension. She walks to the end of the stage, turns around, rips open the dress, only to see holes all over her body. You see the inside of the sarcophagus with all the spikes as if she was like a witch thrown underwater, and she looks gorgeous doing it. First up, I gotta say I love the dedication to a theme. I was expecting the reveal, as you should, but I wasn't expecting all the spikes on the inside. You can really see that she thought about all the details in it. She's like this woman with all these holes in her. She looks gorgeous. Each hole, each blood has rhinestones in it. She really was like, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna go all the way and give you a whole concept. Honestly, it is both spooky and beautiful. It is definitely elegant. And Lena Galore these days is really turning it up. So if you hadn't guessed, for Lena Galore this week is definitely a fab. Y'all, and that is it for this week's Runway. So who had my DRAB of the week? Well, my DRAB of the week has to go to Leiva. Yeah, I mean, we're getting close to the end and everybody's really turning it up. I think I'm giving it to Leiva because I just feel like she just missed the concept a little bit and missed the mark. She does look gorgeous, but wasn't for me this week. Sorry, babes. And unfortunately, this is a queen I do like. But enough about the negative. Let's talk about the positive. Who had my fab of the week? Well, my fab of the week has to go to Lena Galore. Oh my god, this queen is really turning it up, y'all. Like, this was so left field. As we're learning, Lena's runways are getting better and better. Y'all, that is it for this week's episode. Do you agree or disagree with my comments? Well, go ahead and leave a comment down below. I try to read all of them and maybe even comment back. And while you're there, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. Once again, my name is Neon Noire, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.